Been there, done that, never again.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bisola, and thank you so much for tuning in today. On today's episode, I have two beautiful ladies with me. On my left, I have Temi Tokwe, and on my right, I have Beauty. Thank you guys so much for coming on the show. So on today's episode, we are going to be talking about green lights in relationship, right? So how do you, or what does green lights in a relationship mean to you? Let me start by asking you that.
I think what you mean by green lights is, usually they'll tell you that there are red flags in relationships. So that's basically the opposite, right?
Yeah.
Something that's not the deal breaker.
Yep.
Okay.
So green lights is, how do you know this guy they feel? How do you know say you want you, right? So like, what's giving you the like green light saying this relationship will work?
Oh, okay. I think we should start. I think I want Beauty to start.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just start by saying this is very funny because I'm not a love expert and I've hardly been in relationships. But okay. Yes. I'm green light in a relationship. The first thing, there are actually three things for me: love, respect, and loyalty. Like that's it. I just have to know that you have to I have to know that you want my attention too. I mean, I'm going to bring you to what I love her. So if I'm giving you my attention, I have to know that you are reciprocating the energy that I'm actually giving to you, and then you have to be loyal. These days, someone said the streets are actually tough. They're extremely tough these days. So like, if I'm loving you, you have to love me back. If I'm giving my attention, you have to give me yours. Everything is just based on reciprocation, honestly. So like, for me, it's usually easy to know when somebody actually likes me. Like, it's not something I have to think twice about. The question is now, is it going to be a long term or a short term thing? And that is very much dependent on our interest. Like, do we have similar interests? I've tried this once, like being with somebody where our interests don't align, and that is one of the most terrible things to do to yourself. Because in relationships, you have to make compromises. And then sooner or later, your compromise begins to look like enslavement to you. Simply because you are trying to please the person that you love. So, like I said earlier, love, respect, loyalty.
Okay, talking about attention, right? You know, we give our attention differently. There are some guys that they like you, but then they don't necessarily show the level of attention you want. What would you consider that? Would that be a red flag for you, or is still a green?
I know I said I like attention earlier, but at the same time, I actually like the game. Like the whole process of like I know you like me, but you're trying to play this whole hard to get, and then I like to play hard to get too, because it's all part of the trio. Like, it's just interesting.
So what happens when both of you are playing hard to get though?
Exactly, because I really don't like I don't like
and it's not going to
around the bush, because what's the point? Like, you're actually wasting time beating around the bush, and I feel like, well, I would not say I'm a hard lover, but then I'm not a fan of like love. I feel like respect is like the most important, and if you actually love somebody, you're ready to sacrifice. That brings me back to what you were saying about respect. I feel like I don't want to stay in relationships today. I just want to like talk, let me generalize it and say that relationships in general is based off of respect. So regardless of love, you can actually love this person and you might not even be able to be with the person. Not say love is not enough, and then you can love somebody and not be with the person. So like, situations things happen, so like life don't always go the way you want it to. So if you love this person, love is not enough. So I feel like respect, that's what comes into play. And also, I like what you said about the game. Although I'm not a fan of the game, I don't even like the game, because I feel like you're wasting time. What's the point of the game? At the end of the day, while you're playing the game, life would actually pass you by.
But the game doesn't have to be a year, a month, 6 months.
Oh, have you seen games in Nigeria?
Those ones are not playing games. Those ones are confused or something. That's not the game.
Well, okay, so for me, right, I'm all about comfort, right? So my number one green flag is if I can be myself 100% with you, right? Because with people, I'm like, with you, I'm like this crazy, and then maybe somebody else, you see me very calm. So if you can see different side of me, then you're the person, right? Like, I don't need to hide myself. I don't need to pretend. I don't need to form and tush and stuff. I don't, no accent. Like, we be streets.
Yeah.
You get, like, I can show you my crazy side. I can still show you, oh babe, stuff like that. So for me, I mean, respect, obviously, when you're not mad, like it's just like it's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah.
So like comfort and then respect.
So the comfort aspect of it. So let's assume it's just somebody you're meeting. Obviously, you can't be as comfortable enough to show the street side and everything.
Yeah.
So
But in
now
some
we're talking
cases,
about.
have you had some situations where you just meet somebody today and they just connect today and they are crazy with the person on that same day?
Not crazy, but I mean, I get that.
I understand the vibe, but all I'm saying is there's going to be a limit to the craziness that you have. Like when you,
I think it depends on the
somebody,
energy, right? If you come with me with a very, very dull energy, then it's going to be a very boring and like bye. Do you get? So it depends on like the kind of energy you bring towards me. Then that will also determine like how I will respond, right? But I don't come at me with a stupid energy and try to be enforcing yourself on me, right? Just I feel like when you flow or go with the flow, I mean, what's the so then I just feel like you would know. I don't know how to put it.
Actually, very, very well. Yeah. There are certain people you just connect.
Exactly. Okay. So what do you think about? Okay, so let's just set a typical example, right? Say you have a man, right, and then he just says, so babe, I've already booked this time. All you just need to do is get on the plane. Do you think that's more like commanding than he just, not? I don't know how to explain. Like, do you think it's more? Is that him enforcing his wishes on you without really asking what you want?
Are we talking in the context of a surprise?
Yeah.
And then he says, get on the plane. Well, it depends on how he says it.
Yeah.
Do you mean, hello, get on the plane now, meet me somewhere, or I have a surprise? I don't know, I'm trying to understand.
Okay, so he just calls you, right? He's like, I want to take you on a getaway. I've already booked everything. Maybe he has even called your boss and told your boss.
No, that's romantic. That's actually romantic. That's what
no, but some people find this like you're enforcing your wishes. Like, how dare you call my boss without even checking with me, right? You don't know if my boss is a very crazy person. You don't know what kind of like relationship I have with the boss, right? You don't know if I have something important or urgent at the moment. Just say, make I pack my bag. What do you guys think about that?
The issue of the whole surprise thing, like you get my tickets, I love it, I love surprises a lot, and personally I love to travel, I love adventure, so I have no problem. But then you're calling my boss and you're not letting me know about it. Like you said, my boss could be like an orbit kind of person, so you don't know the reaction, the perception you would now have about me at work and everything. So this plays a serious role. And there was a time, yes, in secondary school, I shouldn't have mentioned secondary school because this boy is going to next the one. But in secondary school there was a boy I liked and he liked me too. And then this boy was constantly checking my grades and everything to just come tell me, oh BC, I've seen your score, you got this. And I had no problem because my grades were high, so I wasn't even ashamed of it. Exactly, I wasn't ashamed. But then there was this particular grade he could not get, and then this boy went to my lecturer to ask about it, and I'm like, no, now you are actually stepping my boundaries, like, so that's not acceptable. Asking my boss, or even going to my mom to tell my mom, oh, I'm taking your daughter out, no. But the whole surprise thing,
in this context, has he met your mom before? Like,
no, he didn't meet my mom.
No, I'm just asking, like, in this context, has he met your mom? He said, for example, he going to your mom to ask for permission or something. I'm saying, in this context, has he met your mom before? Your mom, sometimes there's some moms that actually, I don't want to use the word nosy, they just like want to be up in your business, and then like this kind of situation, they will actually cover up with your dad. So if it's that kind of situation, I don't think it's offensive, and I don't think it's him overstepping his boundaries. So, but I feel like you calling my boss is a little over the top, depending on how on what relationship I have with my boss. For example, where I was working before, I had a very good relationship with my boss. So if you call my boss, I actually don't really care, because she's actually going to call you to ask you what's up, did you like I know about it, blah blah blah, and you need to give me gist when you come back. So it depends on the relationship you have with your boss. And if you and your boyfriend obviously talk a lot, and then you would have in some situations like mentioned your boss, and for him to get your boss's number, that means that maybe I don't know, maybe there's some sort of relationship between you guys, and then I don't think he's overstepping his boundaries, depending on who your boss is between you. and what relationship you have with us. Okay, so I think
just to give a quick shout out to 99 for providing us with the space we use in the video. They understand what it takes to get a business off the ground, and their mission is to create affordable space in a quiet and collaborative environment. Their slogan is find your focus, and because they understand how noisy most shared spaces can be, they bring people together who live and breathe that mindset. Make it your own by becoming a member. From furniture to high-speed internet, they have thought about everything you might need. Contact them today for a flexible work arrangement.
Right. Say your guy is like super close to like one of your girls, right? I mean, but they met through you. Do you think that's a green flag? Like, I mean, you want your people, like, let's say your best friend and your guy, they're like, they have like this very close relationship.
Like OG kind of
but
close.
yeah, but it's because of you. So it's like it has gotten to the point of where maybe they're having conversations and then you're like, I don't know where this happened, and then your best friend knows. Do you think that's a green flag or a red flag? I mean, it could be good that yeah, they're getting along, they're my people, I want them to be close, and then it's like, why are they getting too along? Do you think that's like a red flag or a green flag?
I don't mind my friends being friends with my boyfriend, or even like they being too close through. Don't let me say close through me. No, I don't have a problem with them being close through me. It's now the question of, okay, you said they're just having conversations. What are you doing? Because see, I've had a situation where a boyfriend of mine did something to a friend of mine. It wasn't cheating or, but like it was just some kind of movement he made with her, and then she reciprocated the same thing. And you know what's funny? Both of them brought it to my court, and they're like, this person is expecting to take her. Yes, they're like, George. This person is expecting to take her side, and then this person is expecting to take his side. And I'm like, in the first place, both of you, are you even okay? Because this is not meant to be happening.
Yeah.
I know you guys are friends, and it's because of me, but like still then this is not acceptable. So like there should be boundaries.
Okay, so for me, right, I used to have like a huge problem if my friends are too close to my guy, and I have
like it. I don't like it.
It's not even about you guys move mad. I'm still hungry and I'm still pleased about this particular situation. So there was this guy, and I'm so happy because I'm not getting married to you. So I mean, okay, so let me just explain what really happened, right? So I introduced both of them, they met through me, and then all of a sudden they started having interest where I knew, as I don't understand what's going on, right? So they have like similar background, so they could understand each other's struggle. All of a sudden, as for me, I'm not sensitive. Do you get? So all of a sudden they started telling each other things that I don't know. So he had an event, right, where they had to like take him to somewhere else, and then she was like, oh, do you know that they posted into this? I was like, oh wow, how did you know? Like, he texted me. I was like, he texted you? And she was like, yeah. I had to go and see, maybe network where, and I did not get it because I don't understand why you really want to tell me.
I don't understand. Was she feeling okay and she was feeling confident telling you this?
With full confidence. So that one didn't even.
No, I believe. But
hold on. Did she like, know that you guys had a thing?
Yes, now come on.
She's a friend. She
knew. We're guys. Like there's no way she
would have. But at any point, did he ever even compare both of you?
No.
Did he ever talk about her to you? I'm
sorry, we can't compare us. Like, no offense, but like I'm A plus and she's like what C. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, please, let's not do that. Let's not try and throw shade on me, right? So continuing the story, right? So I mean, I think what paid me most was something was already going on that G, and I had like absolutely no idea, right? And then when I felt like things wasn't going right, I messaged him. I could remember the date to my exam, right? Then I messaged him. I was like, oh, what's up? Like, what's going on between you guys? Then I was like, it's just that there was this vibe that we felt, and you know, we connected.
That's sneaky.
Yeah, and then we connected. She understood my whatever it is that you were going through.
So all this while, when both of you have been together, you did not understand.
Thank you, right? And then it was like, do you know when I busted my head? I was like, it wasn't as if we're official. We're just cruising. I was like, they will cruise with you. They will cruise with your time.
You want to have the main thing with.
No, but funny enough, right? When I saw it, I was like, oh, congratulations, and I genuinely wish I were right. But
you did not genuinely wish I were. I would have.
No, I'm being serious.
I would have.
No, I actually wish I were, but I was just so. I'm not even going to hide it. I was glad that they didn't end up together, right?
I'm glad on your behalf.
So that's what I mean. But okay, so at that point, right, I didn't necessarily see it as a red flag, right? Because I'm like, okay, they're getting along together. They said they belong to the same tribe, like they understand each other. I even wanted to be learning the language. That's how stupid I was.
You were learning the language.
I was like, you should teach me now, since that way it's probably going to lead to marriage. So that when I'm talking to my in-laws, I will understand the language. Apparently, this was already going under, and this guy had the audacity to still be teaching me language.
That was freaking sneaky. That girl is a snake. She's a snake.
I know the funniest thing was she had the guy. It wasn't as if she was single, right?
You're actually
I'm telling you. And she had a guy, and I'm like, so that was why I didn't see it as a red flag. But she's in a very reasonable relationship. I know her boyfriend. They were practically like getting married. We're just like, we'll get married. So I'm like, so why would she want to spoil that over this? So that's why I was saying that. Would you consider that like necessarily?
Oh, now it's a red flag. Now it's a
ultimate red flag.
Yeah, because
that's ultimate.
You can't be too close. You can't be too close. Because boundaries, there has to be boundaries. Yeah. Right? Because we can't get together and then because of our friends, you automatically have to be your friends. It's like saying you have to be friends with your guys. You don't have to be friends with your guys.
Yeah.
So like, why do you have to be friends with my friend? You can't be LOI acquaintances, but like not friends. I'm sorry, but with this your own situation, there's no way in this world.
I don't know if to call that too close. If there's another word that could come to mind right now, I'll call it that, because that's extremely close. See, the point where a guy starts to feel more comfortable with my friend than he actually is with me, they're too close.
Yeah.
In fact, anything that you're getting close to that one point where you begin to feel more like, once I begin to sense that, oh, you prefer to call this person or to tell her. In fact, once you begin to bring her into our business, it's something I hate. See, you can be having issues with me, but don't evolve I don't care if this person is my best friend. Yeah, I understand there are certain situations that can be escalated and you need me to calm down, you need to call her on my behalf, but there are also situations where they're not so tense and you don't need to tell my best friend. I don't need my best friend I don't need my laundry to be outside. And there are certain things that as a boyfriend you can do to me and I'll forgive you. Honestly, like, I'm a very forgiving person, but the moment a third party hears about it, that is the end. I can forgive you, but we're not getting back together, because I don't want people to be looking at me as, oh, like your guy did this and you're still with him and this one. See, as much as I don't like to always agree with public opinion and let it influence my decisions, I won't even lie and say, oh, it doesn't influence my decisions, because you have to be a man. Like, know how to manage your own business. I don't want to be the lady that, okay, let's say we get married and then I'm here in our business here and there, or that if he's not pastors, it's your mom. If he's not your mom, then it's your friend. Like, I can't go walk into the room and not feel like your friend already know that we fought last night about plantain. So, no, please, no. Like, the point where you begin to get too close to my friend and you're telling her things you should be telling me, that's a problem. Or even the point where you begin to compare. I remember there was a time a boy told me, because we have different taste in music, and I was listening to my friend's track and was like, oh, BT, I wish why can't you be like her? And immediately said that I paused. To be honest, that day I knew the relationship was over. So it's just, no, I'm not even joking, because there's I used to say this thing in secondary school. There are two things you can't do with me. You can't compare me to somebody, and you can never tell me you are disappointed in me. Like, once you say that, we have issues. Like, I can exactly, like, I don't know how to forget that. And so the moment he compared me, I knew it was over. So I continued, but it later still ended.
Yes, it was actually way more than the music.
So don't compare people, like relationship, friendship, nothing. Don't compare people at all to even begin with. Then when it even transcends to the relationship level, it's worse.
But can I ask something? What would you say about guys that actually speak to their mothers about everything?
Man, I don't deal with that kind of thing.
Like, you know, we have mama's boys, right? And then, like, they feel more comfortable to talk to their mothers about some situations that they would rather speak to, instead of them to speak to you, they would rather speak to their moms. What do you think about this kind of guys? Well, it's a deal breaker for me. That's like my number one deal breaker.
I want to ask a question. These guys that feel, this mama's boy, these guys that feel comfortable telling their parents everything, do they also tell their parents when they smoke, when they like do all this? Because see, now you're selecting information of what to actually tell your mom. So why can't you tell your mom when you smoke, when you have sex with girls? Why can't you tell your mom what you do at the parties, when you and your guys you hang out? But then when you're studying with me and then we're having issues, or maybe something is going on between both of us, that's what your mom will know. So no, don't be selective. If you want to tell your mom, you want to be like your mother's boy. Tell her everything. Let's say she's your best friend, right?
That's kind of person.
But if you are now going to be selective about the information to tell her, I want to be selective, or I want to tell you this is the aspect of my life where your mom should not know about. So that's my opinion.
Oh no, that's nice. I think I like that.
I will never be with.
I can't. It's actually my number one deal breaker, because I feel like if you cannot,
my mom said. My mom thinks. My mom thinks that you should. Then when you get married, my mom thinks you should have 2 children.
My mom thinks that we should not wait after marriage because it's crazy.
I hate people that don't have a mind of your own. Like, you can't make decisions by
on
yourself.
your own. Yeah,
that's very annoying. My friends are always telling me, Beauty, you like to always, because see the way my house is, my mother would probably say this, do this. Honestly, if I give my life is small, but I always feel like, I have to do something different. I have to take my own decision. So even though I know the path is rough, but at least I'm doing things the way I want to. So now if I'm actually looking for a man, I need that man to be a man. You have to be a man, like be able to actually stand out. I was in a relationship with, how do I keep bringing my relationship up?
You have a lot of
See, I don't have a lot of I don't but yeah, I was in a relationship with someone that they told me, despite the fact that his friends did not really like me, and that is something I would never forget, because I know how hard it is.
It's not a problem.
Like when your guys friends
don't like
some people really do value their friend's opinion.
Yeah, it depends on how the guy is.
Exactly, depends on how. And so for me, and I know how well he carries his friends, so for me that meant a lot to me. And I just like guys that can basically pick, they know what they want.
Okay,
that's it.
That makes sense. Going back to like the example I gave, right? It took me a while because that was like my first and last, like that was like my first and last relationship, right? Because when I go into something, I go with like my all, like I give it like my 100, right? So at the point where that happened, I felt stupid. I felt played. Like I was like, come on, guy, like you're smarter than like you. They played.
You messed up.
Like for almost a year, and I was like, God damn it, right? So at that point, I felt like I allowed, I don't know if it's a good thing, like my ego to like kind of
get in the way of
because at that point, after that, right, when a guy comes to me, like,
to judge.
I'll have finished you. Before you even finish introducing yourself, I've completed it for you. I don't understand. Like, did you see yourself coming to me? Like,
exactly.
And then I think it also made me to like self-sabotage like relationship, right? So it could even be something that I mean, it doesn't raise like a red flag or something. I'm like, think about 20 reasons why.
Because they're trying to prevent an occurrence of what happened.
Exactly. So like that kind of affected me, and I was like, see, Amy, they cannot blame me. You mean that? I was like,
you would have felt so stupid.
I blame people, you don't blame me. Exactly.
You know one thing I hate about heartbreaks, because it's not only the heartbreak that hurts. So for me, it's not the heartbreak. It's like I begin to wonder, at what point did you know you wanted to break up with me? Because I know it is not the day you broke up with me. And like there are obviously things I was still showing you love. I was still bringing my daily episodes, my tales to you, still saying I love you. I do. So I'm like, at what point are you looking at me and just like, oh, this babe, please go. You're disturbing me. Because once you are done with somebody, the person begins to irritate you. So I'm like, at what point did that become a burden to you? So these are the things that actually affect me in a breakup, because I begin to see myself as a problem. So I understand where you are coming from. I get it. It's very, because breakup is very terrible.
So thank you guys so much for coming on this show. I really enjoyed our conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment, and tell us your green or things that you consider your red flag. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.